There we go. So again, welcome to my stock and stock options class. Excuse me, it's a little early in the morning. So this one here is going to be for the people that's in the different parts of the world. You know, so on the other side of the world. Let's put it that way. Let me make sure I'm going live on all. All right. Just wanted to make sure everything is going. So I'm going live on TikTok, and at the same time, I'm going live on Facebook. So this is for like I got a lot of people that's in Africa, or a lot of followers that's in Africa, um, Japan, and China. So I just want to make sure I could also capture that audience too, as well as the American-based audience. So again, my name is DeMarco Lampkin. This is Sharp Trade. Today's course is about stock and stock options. So the name of my company, or a division of Lampkin Corp, I should say, is Sharp Trade Financial Wealth Management. My name is DeMarco Lampkin. I'm the Chief Executive Officer. All right, so we're just going to get into the slides. So today's agenda. The first thing I'm going to do is introduce myself. And then the second thing I'm going to do is go over the syllabus with you guys. Then I'm going to define what stocks are for the beginners. And then also I'm going to tell you what stock options are, which is a little bit more complicated. And then I'm going to explain the learning process, meaning how we're going to take this material in. And then I'm going to tell you the benefits of day trading and why you should consider it as a career path. Okay, got it. So if you just take a look at this, you might want to screenshot this image right here. So what this is, so these are called bull flags, right? So these are very, very popular patterns in day trading. So when the market is bullish, and by market I mean the overall market. So I'm talking about the S&P 500. I'm talking about the NASDAQ composite. I'm talking about the Russell 2000 and the Dow Jones average. So industrial average, the Dow Jones industrial average. So when all of that stuff is bullish, right? You see these top flags with the green arrows on it. So these are patterns you want to identify within stocks. If you're trading stocks that day, if you trade different indexes, you want to make sure you identify these type of patterns too. And the reason why these patterns are called breakout patterns, and they're very good and very explosive on good days. Like, so what they usually say is the trend is your friend. So when you're doing a scan or you're screening for different stocks and you come across patterns that you see in the candlestick patterns, like this one in the top left hand corner, this is a bullish flag. That's what it says, but it's called a bull flag. And it's indicated by, you see these top line right here, this top, what would you call this, purple? So this is called the resistance. So it's resisting to break through that top portion of the flag. So in this bottom bar right here, or line, trend line, these are called trend lines. These are indicators. You use this, and it kind of tells you, it indicates the direction of the market. So if you see a stock with this bottom trend line, and you, by the way, you draw these trend lines yourself. They're not going to come like this on the pattern. So you do it by connecting 3 data points. So this is called the resistance, right? So it's kind of like this stock came from nowhere. It shot up. It had a lot of momentum in the beginning. So, and then the market started consolidating right here, meaning it started to try to pick a direction that it wants to go. And it's kind of like shaking up a bottle of Coca-Cola or whatever, or in our case, a bottle of champagne. We're a little bit more classier than Coke. Um, and it kind of explodes when it busts past either or. If it busts past the resistant line, the top line, it's a gas right there. It's a go. So that's when you want to add on and buy that stock. Vice versa, if the stock market is down, and if the stock market is down, it'd be flipped upside down. And if it busts past the support line, you want to short the stock. At the top, you go long. That means you're banking on the stock to kind of increase in value. When it's bearish, when the stock market is down, you want to go. You want to short stocks. That means you're banking on the price. You make money off the price of the stock going down. So it's just an inverse of each other. So the top flags are bullish, and it's just different type of patterns. Like this is a bullish wedge flag right here. It's kind of the same thing, but it's kind of more slanted towards the bottom, I guess. I don't know how you would look at that. And then this one is this is called the bullish pennant flag. And this one is kind of like more of a real flag. But all of them, you notice, have that sharp pole. The pole means they shot up a direction and then it came down. And when I say consolidated, this is the buyers and sellers. So it shot up to the top. It was overbought, so it came down, and then it's oversold, and people buy more, and then it shoots back up. And then they have this little battle between the two. And then this is where it kind of, like I said, like a champagne bottle about to explode, and it boom, it pops, right? So these are common basic patterns you want to look for when you day trading. So take a screenshot of that, keep that in mind, and then this is called going long right here, the top portion, all three flags, and this is called shorten right here at the bottom, all three flags. So keep that in mind. It's ways that you could find these type of stocks, and I'll teach that in my class as we go along. But you could find these type of stocks. You could actually do searches for these type of stocks. It's not hard to find. Thinkorswim is a real powerful tool that'll give you all the, search capabilities and search functions that you need to find these hot stocks. You just have to have somebody to expose you to it and teach you how to use it. So, and that's where I come in at. All right, so enough said about that. Now we're going to get into an introduction of myself so I could kind of give you guys a background of who I am and what I do and what makes me capable of teaching this kind of class. So I have 22 years of experience in accounting and finance. I've been working from major companies. I was like, my biggest job, or one of the jobs that kind of made my career open up, or really, really take off, is way back in the days, like in the early 2000s. I was a senior accountant at Warner Brothers, Warner Home Video, actually. And and that kind of helped me. And then I worked at places like Warner Brothers before, like I just mentioned that. And then I worked at Universal Music Group. They call it UMG Gang, Universal Music Gang. I worked at California Pizza Kitchen, was another big company. There I was like a supervisor, and then I kind of moved up. I worked at Live Nation as a supervisor. I worked at LA Film and Recording School as assistant controller. I was a controller for Lime Crime, which is a makeup company. They do like e-commerce, worldwide distribution. A lot of women may know about Lime Crime. And then I was a controller at a lot of different places. I even worked at the Girl Scouts before. I was a accounting manager there. So I had a lot of high level controller jobs. So if you don't know about accounting and finance, we're responsible, especially me, because I'm the controller and the accounting manager. So what I do is run the actual departments at the company. I might have a team of 10 or something like that. At the most, I think I had 10 at LA Film School. Sometimes I'll have like 5 people working under me. Sometimes it depends on the size of the company. But we're responsible for putting together and making the financial statements. So I'm well versed at putting together and understanding that financial statement type jargon. I didn't make balance sheets from scratch before. Income statements, we call them the P&L, profit and loss statements, before. statement of cash flows. So I could do that from scratch. I could do it in Excel, but we usually use an ERP system, something robust like SAP. But that's what accounting and finance is. They're like twin brothers. Accounting is responsible for coming up and categorizing and organizing and compiling the financial statements, and the finance are part of making sure we stay on track and seeing the vision ahead of us, right? So one is responsible for the past transaction, and one is responsible for the future transactions. So that's what it is in a nutshell. So that gives me the ability to be able to read financial statements and stuff like that. All right, cool. So I also have a bachelor's of science degree in business administration from Cal State Northridge. That was a nice experience. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier, but I ended up going to one of the hardest schools, one of the hardest state schools around here, which was cool though. It taught me a lot of stuff, kicked me in the butt real good, woke me up. And then I also have a master's degree in business administration, emphasis in accounting and finance from Woodbury University. So Woodbury University is I think it's like 100 years old. So it's been around for a while. They have a few locations. I think it's probably like 3 locations. So Woodbury, I went to the main one. It's in Burbank. If you're looking for a private school to go to, they study from the Harvard curriculum. So it's really very rigorous school, very good. But when I went there, I graduated kind of recently, like right in the pandemic. But I was already well versed at doing stuff. So kind of but anyway, I said that to say this: I graduated at the top of my class, straight A student, and it taught me a lot, and it kind of lit the flame a little bit more. I was already day trading before I went to Woodbury University, but it kind of gave me more tools. And then if you go to my website, also it's called lampkincorporation.com. You go there, I'll post some of my papers, and you can kind of get a feel for some top level type work that I've done in the past. And I mean work like papers that I wrote. I think I wrote a paper on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a hot AI stock right now, and the reason why it's hot is because they do the chips, right? So I wrote a lot of papers in the past, so research papers. So I did one on NVIDIA, but they was hot before AI stuff came out. They was hot a long time ago, and they was hot for the main reason that they make the chips that go into the gaming consoles, like for PlayStation, Xbox, Sony, all that type of stuff. So not only do they do the chips for those, but they do chips for computers and whatnot. So NVIDIA been the front runner a long time ago. The AI stuff just kind of made them just blow them out the water. So with that said, going back to me again, I'm also a member of Beta Gamma Sigma, which is an international business honor society. So this is a heavy network for me. This is how I land my jobs. Kind of attract business opportunities and stuff like that. Real good, real strong, real good people. So, lastly, like I said earlier, I've been day trading for about 6 years now. I've been teaching this trading class for about 3 years. So, that kind of all that said kind of gives me the understanding to teach this class and be successful at it and be successful at day trading. So we're just gonna move forward. Before I day traded though, I used to swing trade a long time ago. So if you add up the 6 years that I've been day trading plus the time I was swing trading, I probably was swing trading off and on about since like 2008. That was my first time I ever did that with E-Trade or whatever. I wasn't really doing it too much. A swing trade is something you do. You buy a stock one day and then you hold it for more than a day but less than a year. Day trading is intraday trading, where you don't hold you buy and sell a stock within a 24-hour time period, right? You're just trying to get in and get out. And long-term investment, I guess it wouldn't be called trading at that point. Long-term investing, would be you holding a stock or an option or a futures contract or or forex for longer than a year, or it could be crypto too. All right. So I'm just going to try to brush through, not brush through, but go through this. What is this called? I didn't correct my name again. I thought I fixed this already, but I guess I didn't. So what this is the syllabus. You have to, if you want to email me, you have to take this M out. It's only one M in Lampkin, please. I corrected it, but I guess I forgot to paste it into these slides. Again, my name is DeMarco Lampkin. I'm the instructor. The classes will be held. It says January. I thought I corrected this too, but it's every Tuesday, right? So I'll be, if you decide to take my class, I'll be giving this class every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if it goes longer than that, because you guys may want to know more, or if you are not getting it, I'll stay after and teach you guys a little bit more stuff so you guys can really get the information. So just to give you a quick description of the class, this class is stocks and stock options course. It's made up of 7 class meetings. Each class will be 1 hour per class. That meets every Tuesday per week. Please make sure you attend each class because access to the materials will be limited. And the reason why is because, and I say I may or may not record it. A lot of times I have technical issues. Sometimes I'll stream a whole live session and then it doesn't record on YouTube or it doesn't record somewhere and then I can't post it. So that's what that is. But it's okay. We'll get there. It's not a problem. If I don't record it, I'll come back and record it later. But with all my classes, if you take my class, you'll have a login to where you can get access to the recorded classes, so you could play them back and watch them in your leisure or whatever. But I also, I'll go live and I'll try to record it. But if, like I said, if it don't record, I'll post them somewhere that you could always get back to. So you'll always have that access for the rest of your life. Some of the course goals. The goal of this course is to give you knowledge of how to trade stock and stock options. These skills are to I made a mistake right here, to give you the proper understanding of how to buy and sell stocks and when to buy and sell stocks, right? This class has the potential to become a very lucrative career choice, and it gives you exposure to a new way of earning money. So this is the side hustle, right? I wouldn't call it a side hustle. I mean, call it a side hustle for now until you become well versed at it. So what I mean is, when I first started trading, I used to trade. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, and I'll trade from 6:30 in the morning because that's what time it opens on the West Coast, 6:30, and then I'll trade to 8 o'clock, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. to about 8 o'clock a.m. And then usually I work from at home, or if I have to go to work, I'll probably leave like 7:30 or something like that and drive. So that's how I became good at day trading. So I never really left my current job at the time. I just kind of day traded in the beginning. In the beginning, I had a small account. I wasn't really making any money, but I was just trying to get to know how to trade. I was making, it started off me making like $25 a day, and I was like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? Because I thought of it like, you go and you could spend $25, not on lunch. Usually lunch costs about $10 or $12 nowadays. So I used to look at it like, oh, I just made my lunch money back plus a little bit of gas money, so I'm good. So even a little $25 was cool for me. But after, I wasn't really pulling the money out, so my account just kept growing. And then as my account grow, as you know, it compounds. So whatever you make, you know what I mean? If you had a $500 account, the next day you got $525, and then the next day you got $550, and then at the end of the week, you know what I mean, you got like $625, and then you keep doing that, and then next thing you know, your wins get bigger and bigger as your account grow because you got more money to invest. So I was working, and I was working at the same time and day trading until my day trading, this was my work income per day. And, I was making, I was controller, so I was making a lot of money just being controller or county manager. And then my day trading stuff started coming up. And then I'm like, what am I doing? So that kind of signified to me that I need to look into day trading a little bit more deeper. Um, so I was day trading back in the day with no course, no risk management, no anything. I was just day trading just off the. But then I kind of started looking into it, kind of took a course, um, started taking it serious, and I started seeing real money. And then that's when I kind of took the thing and ran with it. So then I kind of stopped my regular job, but I do have a job still. I have Lampkin Corporation, which we sell. Um, we're a full service like business consultant firm, so we do like digital marketing. I don't want to get into the details of it, but you know what digital marketing is. And then we also do accounting. Uh, you know, accounting is taxes, income taxes, business taxes, financial statements. You know what I mean? P&Ls, balance sheets, statement of cash flows, stuff like that. We'll do that for it's like paying bills and receiving money, making deposits and stuff like that, cash receipts. And then we also do finance. So under the finance division, this is part of it. Long-term investments, portfolio management, um, day trading, teaching these classes is part of the finance stuff. Coming up with budgets and projections and forecasts, the things that a senior financial analyst would do. So not only do we do all that, we could get you staffing, or we could bring on you could outsource to us, and we'll do it in house ourselves. So I got a team of accountants and financial professionals, as well as marketing professionals too. So if you never need something done, just let me know. I'm your guy. So back to this stuff. So the required materials. So only thing I ask you guys to do is this first link. This is TD Ameritrade, right? So go to this TD Ameritrade link, punch it in your browser or whatever, and then open up a TD Ameritrade account. From there, they don't require you put in any type of money or anything. You just gotta answer the regular questions: your name, social security number, this, that. Be honest as possible. They ask you for your income level. If you want to be able to trade a lot of stuff, you want to come with a high income level. I don't think they verify it at all, but you don't want to say you don't have no experience. You want to answer the questions. Yes, I have experience with trading. Yes, I have X amount of income. So then they'll grant you access to some of, like futures and forex and options. If you say you're new to it, you got a low income, they probably just give you options. So you want to just make sure, but you want to be realistic. You don't want to say I'll make $100 million a year. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna ask to verify that. But if you say like you make $100,000, that's something realistic. You know what I mean? And you make $100,000, you're this type of worker, and it all aligns. They'll just verify your account, not verify it, but they'll just give you access to the account. You don't have to make no money or put no money in there. From that point, that's like a brokerage account. Not like it is a brokerage account, and a brokerage account is kind of similar to like a checking account. I do believe they have a card attached to this, like a debit card, in case you ever wanted if you did invest your money in there and you wanted to, and your account was pretty big and you wanted to swipe your card somewhere, so it's good for that. And then this second link right here, this is the actual web-based platform. So, and Thinkorswim, it's called Thinkorswim. So you got to download this, or you got to open up an account at TD Ameritrade, and then from there you download this platform. They have a web-based website, a web-based platform. Don't use that. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. I don't trade in that. I've seen it before. It's garbage. It's trash. Don't use it. This platform, Thinkorswim, this is the most powerful day trading tool that you can get out there. So this is a top-notch number one. This has all the bells and whistles. It does a little bit too much sometimes, but it's okay. I've been using it for years, so I know how to navigate to it, so it's less confusing. But it's very intuitive, though. Once you start to get a hang of it, it all makes sense and it all flows together. So download this platform, have it ready, and also in this platform you can paper trade. If you don't know what paper trade is like fake money, monopoly money. So you can learn and get the feel of it. So it's the real live market that you're trading paper money with, and you can see how much you made or didn't make, and you can test out some of my techniques and stuff like that and strategies, just to see if they work for you and see what kind of strategies you like, right? So that's what that's about. And here are some of my social media links. I would screenshot this. I would follow me on all these links: Facebook, TikToks, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And the reason why I say follow, because you can ask me questions in the comments. Leave a question in the comments. Don't come to me personally and ask me a question. Leave it in the comments. Don't feel like it's a stupid question. No question is stupid. You want to leave it in the comments so I can answer it in the comments. And other people have your same question too. So that means it answers a lot of people's question, not just me answering your question and then you take that information alone. We're creating a community where a community is involved and it's helpful to everybody. So don't feel that any question is too small or too big for me. Just ask it in the comments, and we don't have anything to hide anyway, right? So, all right. So do that, and I'll answer it in the questions, and that way, because I don't like when people try to like just kind of come to me and just pick little information, because that means they're trying to get little information from me, and they're trying to gatekeep it from everybody else. Like that means they're in competition. We're not in competition with nobody. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to all evolve together. So we'll just get into the different weeks. So the first week starts next Tuesday. That'll be week one. Week one is more of a me kind of introducing myself again, which I really don't need to do, so it'll be a little shorter. And then you guys introduce yourself to each other, and then we'll go over whether you have this stuff installed. We'll get you in the Discord groups. We'll get you in, make sure you got the right accounts, the social media stuff. So the first day would be light. You still can't miss it. You can't miss any day. If you do miss a day, I am taking attendance. If you do miss a day, I don't know what's going to happen. I might, you're just going to miss out on some very important stuff. So every day is important. I don't want this class to be too long because I don't want to bore you guys with stuff. I got a lot of material to tell you, but I kind of boiled it down to the nuts and the bolts, the meat of it. So, you could just, that's why it's important. Every day is important because it's all good information. So don't miss a day. So the first day, that's what we'll be doing. The second day or the second week, the following week, I'll be teaching you how to find those hot stocks, right? So that's very important. Like you can't day trade without finding the hot stocks, right? And knowing how to work the screeners and the scanners, right? There's a few of them out there. I'm gonna show you guys Thinkorswim, and then I'm gonna give you some alternatives. But you really only need to know how to use Thinkorswim. But I'll show you some alternatives too when it comes to scanners and screeners. There's some cool ones out there. There's some real cool ones out there, but I think all you need is Thinkorswim. Like the whole thing about this day trading stuff, sometimes it could be too much information, and that's where people get lost in the sauce, and that's what you don't want. So we're gonna stick to the basics, right? And then week three, we'll talk about technical analysis. This is charting. You know what I mean? Like we showed you earlier in that when I was showing the bull flags, where they had the lines of resistance and support. That's charting. You know what I mean? You're doing, you're figuring out which direction it's going to go if it busts past this point and that point. And then I'll teach you how to actually read the candlestick patterns, which is not that hard. It all makes sense. You got to look for certain things. Uh, yeah, it all makes sense. Excuse me. And then I'll teach you about EMA stands for exponential moving average. They got the 10-day, the 20-day, and then they got the 200-day moving average. All this stuff is very important. I usually use those a lot. And then they got the RSI, that's relative strength index, a very important tool as well. All right. So week 4 will still be in technical analysis because it's a big part of day trading. Um, when you day trade, it's called technical analysis because you don't have time to go looking through the financial statements and trying to figure out the P ratio and earnings per share and you know what I mean, the net cash flow and stuff like that. So you use technical analysis and it's just analyzing the charts and the graphs real fast so you can make a snap decision on whether to get in or get out. So then they got different type of technical analysis, like they got smart money, which is really cool. And then they got price action. This is kind of involved in how to read the candlesticks and dictating the direction based off the candlesticks alone with no other indicators. And then they got volume analysis, and then they got what everybody like to use, the Fibonacci. People usually use that for crypto. So once you learn this, you could apply it to crypto too. But crypto is a whole another animal. Like you got to know what to buy in crypto because it's everything's not safe. And then week 5, we'll go back over the platform mechanics. So I'll walk you guys through. At that point, you should know how to kind of navigate. You should know how to screen stocks, but I'll make sure you guys are set up with that day trader setup with the 5-minute time frame, the 15-minute, the 4-hour, and the daily time frame with the level 2s and stuff like that. So you have everything at your fingertips, right? And then I make sure you guys get set up on how to set up your stop loss and your target margin and things of that nature. And then week 6 we get into the different trading strategies. So they got a lot of different trading strategies. I try to pick the top ones, and then I'll only like put out a few, and I think you should stick to those few until you kind of learn how to become a day trader, and then you want to venture off and test the other ones out. But a lot of people lose money in trying to test new day trading strategies. So like stick to the basics, find you one that works for you or two that works for you, um, and then stick to those and day trade those. So this first one is called the gap and go strategy. It's real useful. You could see pre-market stuff happening, starting to gap up, so you know it's foaming up. What are they called? Institutional investors. They have access to the pre-market, the closed market, and they invest. It's called dark pool data. So they invest into the market. It's still open to them. It's just closed to us. So they invest into the market, and you can see, and they actually are the ones they're what you call market makers because these are the people that actually move the flags. Not like what I'm talking about. Their volume is so high it makes it go up and down. When we pile into a stock, it don't really do anything. You know what I mean? We're like a little nibble. You know what I mean? It's not really doing anything, no movement to it. And then I talk about risk management, which really is important. I tell everybody, like, you don't want to be the gambler, you want to be the casino, right? So the casino know they're going to win after a few rounds of blackjack. They know it's all mathematics, right? But you just got to know how to fit your trades into that particular framework so you do become the casino and not the gambler. So we're trying to mitigate risk here and hedge our bets, right? And then week 7 is more strategies. They got the momentum strategy, and then they got the earning strategy. I have a strategy for earnings, and I'll just tell y'all right now. And you don't have to take my class. I got some free stuff out there for you that already talk about the earning strategy. So earnings come out every quarter, right? It takes about 3 months for all these companies to report earnings. That's how many companies it is in these markets. So by the time they finish, the next quarter starts, right? So, and then the next quarter. So it's 4 quarters in a year. So it seemed like it's earnings season all year long, pretty much. So with earnings, all you do is have to find stocks that had a top line beat. What they mean is actual revenue versus forecast. If they beat the forecast, that's a top line beat, and the bottom line beat is earnings or net income versus the forecasted net income. So when they beat that forecast, that's a beat on top, a beat on bottom, and then they got positive guidance. Guidance is like, I'm showing you the direction of our business and where we headed. You know what I mean? Like a guidance report would be like, yeah, AI industry is supposed to grow 100%, and we make chips for it. So we could see a lot of businesses coming down, or a lot of business coming down the road from a lot of companies because they need us. You know what I mean? That's guidance. They're guiding you to like understanding the direction. So when you have all of that aligned, um, when the report comes out and it come out, they'll just say Nvidia just reported top line beat, bottom line beat, and positive guidance. So when people hear that on the news on CNBC, they pile into the stock, right? So this lasts for about a day or two. So those are real easy give me trades, right? Real easy. I mean, you don't even have to know too much about candlestick patterns and this and that. You know that stock is going to go up. So so that's that. And then here's some additional courses I teach. I teach futures and forex. That's gonna come like this is gonna take 7 weeks. I'm gonna take a week off, and then right after that, we're gonna start futures and forex, right? Combined together, and then we're gonna take a week off from that. After 7 weeks, we're gonna take a week off, and then we're gonna start crypto, right? So crypto is gonna be talking about stable coins and meme coins. Stable coins are ISO certified, which they're okay to trade in the United States. Meme coins, they're still on the fence. This is DeFi. They're still on the fence about that. They haven't outlawed it or anything like that. But you just got to make sure, like when you trade in these meme tokens, that they have utility. Utility means like usage. They have a purpose behind it. Like it's a company that support a cause, not just a cute coin that somebody put out. Because a lot of times what happens is people pump these coins up. I think they had like the Donald Trump coin. I'm not talking bad about Donald Trump, but you know what I mean. But and then they'll pump it up or inflate it, and everybody will pile into it, and there's really no purpose to the coin. Like it's not going towards a business or anything. You pile into it, and then Donald Trump will pull his investment out, and then the coin will just drop. You know what I mean? So that's why people don't like meme coins. But if you know how to work them correctly, they can be very, very useful, and you could really, really like 100x your money if you find the right ones with utilities and they have something behind it. But all coins start off as kind of like a meme coin. Meme kind of means a small, I think, small market cap. Like I think Bitcoin probably was a meme coin at first. You know what I mean? And have nothing behind it. It didn't mean nothing. It didn't stand for nothing. People just thought, oh, it's Bitcoin. Now it has something. It's not really linked to a business or anything like that. Actually, it is. MicroStrategies bought a lot of it, so that's kind of powering MicroStrategies. But anyway, that's another story. And then also, after the crypto is done, we'll take a week off, and then we'll go into long-term investment and portfolio management. So crypto and long-term investment and stuff like that, these are more to me as like passive income. The top two, like futures, forex, stocks, and stock options, is more like active income. This is your job, active. You're actively making income. And then the last two, the crypto and a long-term investment, is more like what did I just call it? Passive income. And the reason why it's passive is because you want to do long-term investments and just kind of build your 401k. Like you just want to store your money there. You know what I mean? Don't leave your money under no mattress. Don't leave it in the bank. Make your dollars work every day harder than you work. You sit down and you watch your dollars work for you. That's how it's supposed to happen. And that's the way it's intended. Make it pay for itself. All right. So those are those courses. So now I'm gonna get into the definition of this real fast. We almost out of here. Bear with me. Don't go nowhere. This is for the beginners. Everybody don't know this stuff. So I know everybody else, a lot of people are well versed at this stuff, but some people are not. So I'm just going to give them a quick definition, defining stocks. What are stocks? Stocks are also known as equities. Um, an equity is a security that represents the ownership of a fraction of an issuing corporation. Units of stocks are called shares, which entitle the owner to a portion of the corporation's assets and profits equal to how much stock they own. So, if you look at this right here, this cake, right? Let's say this is Apple. You know what I mean? This is the total market cap of Apple, the whole cake in its totality. So, a share of it, or a slice, would be this slice of cake, right? So you own this slice of cake. This is you buying a share. And actually, a share of Apple would be a lot smaller. It'd probably be like a little nugget of the strawberry, because that's how big the total market cap. I think they have, and a market cap is a total number of outstanding shares, and yeah, the total number of outstanding shares available. All right, so their market cap is $4 trillion, right? Right. So if that was a slice representing, that would be a big share, uh, not just one share. So that's what a stock is, right? And then they have different kind of stocks. It's really not important. They got preferred stocks and common stocks. For this class, I think we just do common stocks. And the difference between the two is common stocks don't pay a dividend. Preferred stocks do pay a dividend. Uh, but when you buy in one or two shares, you're not really worried about the dividend because it's kind of small. But you can, like if you had a lot of money and you had $1 million invested or something like that, your dividend would be bigger. And then they give dividends, like they do monthly dividends, quarterly dividends, annual dividends, depending. So it could actually become a type of active income. All right, so this one is a little bit more complicated. This is stock options. Stock options is a derivative. I don't get scared by the word. It's a derivative, meaning it derives from stocks, right? Um, so, um, right. So another way to look at it is like if I was at the casino and I was playing dice, right? And my point was six, and I had to hit a six, right? And you're not even on in the game, but you and your buddy made a side bet on me. You know, you say, "Hey, I bet you DeMarco hit that six before he hit the blah blah blah." You guys have a side bet, so it's a derivative of my actual. I'm actually in the game. Y'all not, but y'all making money off of me. So look at it like that. But with this stock options, they're more lucrative because it's a contract. Instead of buying one share of stock, right? Like say for example, a share of Apple stock is probably about $180, right? So if that goes up $5, right? You get back $185. You just made $5. But that same contract for an option of Apple shares, one contract of Apple shares could give you control of 100 shares of that Apple stock. Okay, so now if that same Apple stock went up $5, now it's 5 times 100 shares, right? Which is $500. Do you see the difference? You see the leverage? That's called leverage, right? So you see the difference. So these things bar up real fast. So you could get in and out of a stock real fast, real quick. But that's where you have to use risk management, and you always have to set up targets and stop losses. So we're going to get into the definition. What is a stock option? A stock option, also known as an equities option is giving an investor the right but not the obligation to buy or sell a stock at an agreed upon price and at a specific date. Um, there are two types of options. puts, which is betting on the stuff to go down, you know what I mean, the price to fall, and calls, which is betting on the stock to increase in value, to rise in value. So that's what that is, right? So puts and calls. All right. So I'm gonna read this little graph over here. It says a financial stock options, a financial instrument that gives its owner the right, but not the obligation, to purchase a given asset at an agreed upon price and date. So these are very lucrative. That's why a lot of people are trading these nowadays. So you could grow your account faster. You could grow your account pretty fast, not pretty fast, slow with stocks, but with stock options you could grow it faster. But you could also lose your money fast too with stock options. So they're real risky, and they're not risky. They're just volatile, I guess, and they swing in directions real hard. You know what I mean? Either up or down, and you could just mess up your account real fast. But that's where I come in at. And then they also are a little different. Like they have expiration dates. If you get caught holding a put, right? Somebody could exercise that option on you, and then all of a sudden you actually have to own, and you have to have money in your account. You have to own. You don't have to have money in your account, but you don't want to get caught having to own 100 shares, having to pay 100 shares or take control of 100 shares of Apple stock, right? I don't know how much that would. It'd be 100 times. It'd be like 100 times $180. You do the math, you know what I mean? I think it's like about $100,000. So you don't want to get stuck with that type of stuff. So that's where it comes in handy to know when to buy, what to buy, where to buy, how to buy, and when to get out of it. So I teach all of that in my class, so you don't have to worry about that. They usually don't exercise options like that because they know people don't have it, so they'd be kind of stupid at a broker to do that. But if they do know you have it, they will though. So just stay clear of that. I teach you how to avoid all those pitfalls and much, much more. So the learning process. How would we learn this stuff? Like I said, the class would be every Tuesday night for about an hour, or I stay longer. And I'll give you the information through uh, via Google Chat? Oh, Meet, excuse me. Google Meet, and also, what's the other one? Zoom. So we'll be doing Zoom classes online. If I feel you guys are not asking enough questions, and I feel the temperature of the class is not really, I'm checking the temperature, and I feel y'all not learning, y'all asking these kind of too many questions, that means y'all not getting it, or y'all asking too less questions, y'all not getting it. So I'll do what's called a hybrid class, and we'll meet in person. It'll still be online to the people that can't make it there, but for the people that are in LA and can meet up, we'll meet face to face, because sometimes face to face learning is still the preferred way. So yeah. So with that said, here's some bullet points on how I would deliver this information to you guys. I'll have you guys join my Discord group. It's a little group that you could get into. So the Discord group, you can access this all day, all night. It'll be other traders in there. You know, you guys could exchange ideas, numbers, or do whatever you want to do. You know, and talk about how you got the information, what works well for you. You know, we're building a community to where everybody comes together in the community and share their experience and their information and the little tips and bits that they hear, and then we'll research it together, and then we'll buy together or not. So that's the Discord group. And then also we'll have a live trading room where we'll all be there, like on Zoom or Google Meet, and I'll be trading live with real money. And then you could watch me trade. You could either do that in paper money, or you could mimic me with real money. You know what I mean? So we'll have a live trading room, and I'll do that probably once or twice a week, so you guys can see that and get the feel of it. And then you guys will have access to my YouTube channel. So every video that I put out here and all the other good videos, are the like where I'm teaching. You have a private you have a link to where you could access that information, but it's only for you guys. It wouldn't be to the public. And then I'll produce a weekly watch list. This is called the picks. So I'll pick out stocks. I'll get my watch list, period, and then it'll have the entry and exit points. So I'll say like, here's 10 trades. These are the 10 things that I think are going to do good this week. This is the strategies I'm applying to it. And then, excuse me. This is where you get in the stock and get out the stock, right? So to tell you when to pull the trigger and when to sell. So to have all that stuff in there. And then if you wasn't like, in other words, if you're not good at charting and you're not good at finding stocks and all that, just get those picks and then just do what it says to do, and then you should be able to make some money. And then we come back, we post our wins in our Discord group. So that's the weekly watch list with the entry and exit points. And then, like I said, we'll have an in-person class every now and then, which I call a hybrid structure, online and offline, online and offline. So, but I also want to, even if we don't have a classroom, I want to go day trade, rooftop somewhere, poolside. You know what I'm talking about? I want to get out and day trade. We could go, do whatever. We could go trade on the yacht somewhere. I really don't care. You know what I mean? I just want to make it fun, and I just don't want to be in the house day trading. So we could get out, just bring your laptops. You know what I mean? It's about more of having fun than anything. So classroom settings are cool, but rooftop at the W is a lot more cooler. You know what I mean? So I'm into that type of stuff. So that's that. You see these guys over here? So these guys are just regular people like you and I. They made it to the front of the Forbes magazine, which is a popular magazine for business professionals in India, right? So they just started trading stocks and they made it to the Forbes magazine. So and y'all can go look up this whole story if you want to. The whole point of this picture is that could be us, right? That could be us. So I'm trying to make it to the front of the Forbes. I don't know about you guys. So, but yeah, that could be us. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It just takes dedication, time, and persistence. That's all it takes. This is basic math, people. Don't let the smooth taste fool you when they're talking all those fancy words on TV. They're just, one, they're so smart they don't know how not to use those words, right? They're not. I don't think they're trying to gaslight you or anything. But two, they could just be, trying to keep you out of it because they don't want you to know how easy it is. So my thing is, I try to simplify it. So me knowing that, I cater towards beginners. So I'm not going to use these big, complicated words. And if you do use big, complicated words, you need to have them well placed when you speak, that they come across and they make sense. Like if I say a big word, it's supposed to be so well placed that the definition kind of comes out with how well it's placed. But anyway, I try to simplify my stuff because it's about communicating and I'm not trying to impress you guys. I'm trying to get you this information so you know it. All right. So why choose day trading as a career? One, day trading gives you the freedom to live your life. Day trading gives you the peace of mind with the reduced workload, but at the same time gives you the potential to earning more income. Day trading also gives you a flexible work schedule. So we all want that, right? We all want a peace of mind. So with day trading, let me tell you some other stuff. You don't need a degree. You don't have to drug test. You don't have to have a background check, right? None of that stuff applies. Not that we couldn't pass on that stuff. I'm just saying none of that stuff applies. And you could work anytime you want to. You know what I mean? Like if you went away, came back for vacation or whatever, you could just hop right back into it. It's nothing stopping you from doing this. It's the ultimate hustle. Also, you could also say goodbye to the high gas prices and commuting back and forth, spending time on work and getting stressed out and, you know what I mean, have to run to Starbucks in the morning and always running and chasing and no time to yourself. You can say goodbye to that. Let it go. Those are old ways of thinking. Get rid of the old ways of doing things. Who said we got to work? We got to hustle all day to make money. No, we don't. You just need to make money. You know, who said hustle? Let's get the word hustle out of it. Why can't we just relax and make money? 4 clicks, 5 clicks, and get out of there. Let's get rid of that hustle mentality. Like when I hear the word hustle, I just picture somebody running around, sweating, eyes all, you know what I mean, dilated, looking all crazy. Like I'm running here and here. And here. You don't got to do all that. No, I just made 4 trades, made a quick 5 grand. I'm good. What y'all want to do? You know what I mean? That's the new mentality. Let's get rid of these old institutions, this old ways of thinking, the self-limiting beliefs. You know what I mean? That I can't, and this is not for me type thinking. That negative talk. This is the new world, the new way of doing stuff. So let's go back to here. So day trading can also be done from anywhere. That's another plus. Anywhere in the world, right? So only thing you need is a good internet connection. And with these satellite type phones, I'm showing you could do it anywhere in the middle of the desert. You know what I mean? Mountain range. You could day trade from anywhere. And I think I even saw like they got a satellite phone where you could even go do. I forgot what it's called, but it was actually free. A free satellite phone where you could call, internet connection, absolutely 100% free. So, but anyway. So, and then not only you could get away from the city. So, you know, they got these nice houses like way out, you know what I'm talking about, in like Riverside and even way out in parts of Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, uh, Texas. Like, you don't have to be all, we don't have to be all on top of each other here, like in New York or like in LA, where we paying, you know, $3,000 for a single. You know what I mean? Or you got a 1 bedroom house. No, I'm just playing. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. You can just move out, stretch your legs, have a big, nice house, raise your kids. Don't ever have to go nowhere. They don't even know you work. You know what I mean? Your kids just think you just got it like that. They don't even, not stressed out, not. That's the life that I'm talking about. So not only can you trade from anywhere in the world, but you could also trade from your smartphone, so or a tablet. So you can set up your trades and trade. You know, I usually set up my trades on my PC, and then I'll just go about doing things. I don't even, you know, like I'll just look at it from my phone periodically, make sure it gets to where I want it at, get it at, or whatever, and then I'll just sell it from my phone. I don't really day trade from my phone, but I'll sell it from my phone. I set it up on my PC. I do all the little analytics and stuff like that, the technical analysis. Set it up, buy it, and then I'm off, jump in my car, and I just sell it from my, you know, do it from my phone on the way to, you know, have breakfast or uh, go play golf with my buddy or something like that. You know, and I'll just sell my stocks right there. So that's a plus. And the last plus is that Warren Buffett also does this. This is a career that he has, which I think that's a cool career choice to be in. To say, hey, I do the same thing as Warren Buffett. And then here's the final kicker. I just Googled this. It said it has a date of September 14th, 2023, which is not too long ago, a little more than 4 months. So it says the average day trader's salary in the United States is 116K per year. Do you hear what I said? 116K per year. So that's the average bonehead accountant, or not accountant, day trader, right? So this is the C guy. I don't know what you guys are. I'm an A student. This is a C student. I wasn't always an A student, but you know, as I kind of progressed and grew, I grew into who I really was. I used to play football back at Poly and stuff like that, and kind of was an A student. Wasn't even thinking about A's, but I did pass all my classes. But I was a C student, only because I just wasn't applying myself, or I wasn't even. I was enrolled, but I didn't show up. No, I'm just playing. All right, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking bad about myself like that. But the facts are the facts, though. So just to give you about $56 per hour. So if you're currently getting paid $56 an hour right now, and you started making this in the morning time, keep both of them. So now you at 230, right? 230,000 a year. I don't think that's nothing bad, especially for the price I'm about to ask you guys to pay. That's absolutely nothing. So, and then if you was like, let's say a D or F student, probably make about 86,000 a year. But if it could range a little higher. You could make about 198 per year if you're more of a B, A student. I think when I first started day trading, I made 170 the first year. But then again, remember, I'm a little different. I mean, I worked in accounting and finance, and then I have my master's degree. So maybe I'm seeing things a little bit different than you would. I don't know what field you guys work in or whatever, but so like I didn't have to learn all the little vocabulary or jargon or nothing like that. I kind of knew it already, so I could be kind of skewed in the way I see it a little bit. All right. So with that said, here's some of my trades, right? So I just want to let y'all know. And this is last year. This is mostly AI stuff. And AI is in its infancy stage. It hasn't even exploded yet. So don't miss that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't miss it. So like if we look at this, like remember I told you only need about 3% sometimes or whatever to win. So this is about, I don't know what this is. This is about a 4K day right here at 17%. This is real nice. Amazon, AMD, and SPY. That's a 4K day. This is about, I don't know what this is. This is about 20, what is that? About 28. This is almost a 3K day right here. That was real nice. These happen from time to time. My goal is to make $1,000 a day. I'm pretty satisfied with that, which that'll bring you to about 250K if you make $1,000 a day. But you can see sometimes it go way more than $1,000 a day. Like this is more. This is about, and I got way more. I got so many trades that I could show you guys like this. And I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to bring you guys into the realization that people have been doing this. They've been doing this. We're just thinking it's not possible. We think, like I had somebody ask me, is that stuff real that you showing? Yeah. Like why would I be faking? What I look like? I'd be the biggest fakest. Like I look like. Why would I want to fake something like this? But anyway, that's the limiting self belief. So that's that mindset. When I say slave mentality, I used to think like that. And I'm saying like if you're not if you're not with the elites, you probably have a slave mentality. And so do I though, because I was believing that I couldn't do this. Like just keep your head down, keep working, don't say nothing. That's the slave mentality. I'm not saying that you're a slave and you like to do slave stuff. I mean, people are so comfortable with where they at, they don't want to get out of what they're doing, and they rather like, I don't want to hear that. That's lies. You know what I mean? That's the self-limiting beliefs, and that's the slave mentality, and that's what the powers that be want you to think, so they could keep you in that position. Though that's what I mean by slave mentality, and it just has nothing to do with race. It's a lot of us. I'm saying 95% of the population has that mentality, to where they just want to do the easy job. You know what I mean? And they don't want to learn nothing new, and they're comfortable just making whatever they make an hour, and they don't feel like pushing themselves beyond their comfort zone. That's a slave mentality. I'm not calling anybody a slave. Get that out your head. I'm saying that mentality to work for these companies and corporations. That's a slave mentality. The new plantation is the corporation. That is the plantation. That is going to work in the field. So that's what I mean. So what I mean by slave mentality, you have to change your mindset, right? To more of a mentality as I work for myself. I could do and accomplish anything. You know what I mean? I set my own goals, my own hours, and my financial situation is unlimited. Change of mindset. change of mentality. So I'm not showing you this stuff to brag. I'm showing you to introduce you to my world and the world that other people been living in. So if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't tell you. I could keep all this stuff quiet. But what good would that do? You know what I mean? I get blessings straight from God. So he blessed me, so I bless you back. By me doing this, I'm getting blessings. So I'm not worried about it. I'm already blessed all around. So don't take my words and try to twist them and make it like I'm trying to be somebody mean. I'm just doing. I'm just following my purpose and doing what God wants me to do or intend for me to do. Right. And here goes some more wins. I think like even this is about a cool 1,000 right there. This right here, I think I was over trading. Most of this stuff is AI stuff. Even Tesla's AI nowadays because they got chips in their cars, except for Levi's, unless they got computer chips in their pants. But even Levi could be AI nowadays because they could use AI technology in the sewing machines and stuff like that. But anyway, they're not obviously AI. At least people don't look at it like that. I only made $5. I don't know what it was, but I already had made all this other stuff, and then I was like, I'm not about to sit around and wait for this thing. I'm out of here. I'm about to go to the mall, buy me some Levi's. And look at this. So this is another about what is that? That's about $1,400 right there. So those are my trades. I got a lot more of them. I don't want to. I'm not rich by no stretch of the imagination. Like I use my money to invest back in my business, and I got outstanding student loans. So don't think I'm rich or anything like that. Like I'm not. I'm not. The money comes in, it goes right out just as fast. I can show you bills that match up to all of this. All right. So anyway, so now here's this right here. This is how much a stock option class through my program. So this whole thing would take you a complete, how many? So this is 14 weeks. This is another 24 weeks, and this is 28 weeks. So this whole thing, this is my whole complete university course, I guess, that teach you how to day trade and do long-term investments on all type of financial instruments, right? It's more out there, but I think these are the most important ones. So if you was to pay $299 to me today, right now, you'll be able to take stock and stock options. And also, if you pay one of these right now, you can lock in the same price for the rest of the duration if you feel inclined to go forward with all of these different classes, right? Or you can just pay for one and be done. You know, figure out how to do stock and stock options, become a millionaire, and never see me again. You know what I mean? So now you could either pay right now with a credit card or a debit card. Just let me know, and I'll send you a link that'll let you pay with a credit card or debit card. And you can say right now, oh, I don't have a credit card or debit card. Okay, it's not completely lost. Well, if you don't want to pay with a debit card or credit card right now, I'll send you an invoice, and the invoice it's a buy now, pay later type service. I partner with PayPal, and they'll let you pay later. You know what I mean? I don't know the terms and conditions of their loan. It's real simple because you're only asking for a personal loan for $299. So they were saying like pretty much anybody could qualify for it. So it's really not no excuse. And once you, and I'm sure their interest, I don't know what their interest rate is, but I'm sure it can't go over 28%. I think by law or something like that. But I don't know. It's all based on your credit. Maybe it'd be 3%. I don't know. But this is just giving you more options, right? So you could buy it with credit card or debit card right now. You have to specify that by sending this to send me an email and say, hi, Mr. Lampkin, I would like to buy the stock and stock options class. Send it to this email right here. Make sure you get the spelling right. Send it to there, and I'll reply with a link for you to pay if you want to go with credit card or with a debit card. If you didn't have the cash, but you still want to take it anyway, and you don't want to come out the pocket, just tell me, hey, Mr. Lampkin, I'm interested in the stock and stock options class. I don't have the cash. Can you send me the invoice to where I could do the pay now, pay or buy now, pay later service? And then I'll send you that. The only reason why you got to specify that because I got to know which link to send you, right? Yeah. So all these classes together, I think it's 4 classes, so it'd be 1,200 if you took them separately, all individually and paid separately. But if you take this first one, you're not really worried about the second one. You could easily pay for that because you're gonna make so much money off of here. And then, if you took this one, you're gonna make some. So you could pay 1,200, one by one by one as we progress through the year, or you could pay for the complete package right now, and we have that same option. It costs $9.99. You could pay that right now with a credit card or a debit card, and you have to specify that in the email that you sent to me. Or you could do the buy now, pay later through PayPal. You have to specify that so I can send you that invoice, and you can get this whole block of classes, right? It's like signing up for a university or whatever, but enrollment is not that high. So now, with that said, and like if you was to go with the whole package, I think you save about $200. Yeah, because it's if you buy it individually, it's $1,200. If you buy it all together in one package, it's $1,000. So you save about $200. So, but you have to do that today. Now. If you do it later, like let's say you do it, if you do it after the class starts, or any other day besides today, you're gonna have to pay this higher price, which is about $100 more, which would bring you to about $400 more for the complete package. But this pay later, mean later as in tomorrow or any day after. Like you didn't decide to go with it today, you was on the fence and you was thinking about it. The pay later option has those same 2 things that apply. You could either reach into your debit card or your credit card and just pay $3.99 later, or you could pay $1,400 later, or you could do the PayPal thing and then they'll finance it for you. I don't know the terms and conditions, and they'll qualify you for either this one, whatever. And then you could pay, get it now, buy now, pay later. So that's how it works in a nutshell. If you are interested, please just send me an email to this email address right here, indicating which class you want to take and how you would like to pay for it, either by credit or debit card, or you would like to do the buy now, pay later. So again, that'll tell me how to send you the invoice. Remember, the class starts on Tuesday, so let's get it done. Let's get it done. Thank you guys for coming out and taking the time out to see my presentation, hear my spiel, the classes. If you have any questions too, you can email me at this same thing before I send you anything, asking questions, and I'll answer any question I can. But it's really not that hard. This is really a very, very, you have to invest in yourself, right? This is really, really a very low cost right here. Yeah. Some people prices are way higher, and the reason why mines are low, for the simple fact that I just need my time back. I really don't need your money. Like, I'm not trying to make money off of this. I was thinking about opening up a non-profit, and then give you guys the classes absolutely free. This way I could give to the community, but I don't have a non-profit just yet, so you got to pay for my time. So that's all. I'm just worried about my time, because I could go day trade by myself and just work my business. So as long as I get paid for my time, that's why I'm not trying to overcharge. I just want my money back. or my time back, and I want to get paid per hour. So that's what this is. So email me with any questions. Hopefully you guys join us, and let's make this money. Let's go trade on the rooftop at the W Hotel. All right. So thank you guys, and enjoy the rest